A new footy season is upon us, and that means it's time for another season of AFL Evolution predictions. Starting off, as always, with Thursday night footy at the MCG, Richmond versus Carlton. The matchup that has done absolutely nothing to justify its existence as the season opener, but for some reason, we love it anyway. In this one, Richmond get the job done by 18 points. 86 plays Carlton's 68. Big things expected for the Blues this year. Can they make the finals? According to this prediction, it's going to get off to a tough start, but always a difficult contest going up against the reigning premiers in round one. Friday night footy at the MCG once again sees Collingwood taking on the Western Bulldogs. A 50-50 contest here, but in prediction, Collingwood come out on top by 7 points. 74 to Western Bulldogs 67. Honestly, a bit of an upset here for me. I think the Western Bulldogs are going to be good this year again. They're going to be up there, they're going to be competing. So it's a bit of an upset to see Collingwood get over the line. But as we said, 50-50 contest could go either way in round one. Our third game for round one is once again at the MCG. It seems the AFL are definitely trying to make up for all those MCG games they missed out on last season by having the first 3 games of round one at the G. But it's Melbourne up against the Freo Dockers, and according to this prediction, Freo do it pretty easy with a 71-point thumping of the Ds in round one. It's a big year for the Demons, and in particular Simon Goodwin. He needs to start showing some results with his side, and a start like this would definitely not help ease that pressure. Over to the Adelaide Oval as the Crows take on Geelong. This seems like a pretty easy tip in round one. Expect the Cats to get the job done here, but according to AFL Evo, that's not going to be the case. The Crows running out in this prediction up by 23 points, 95 to Geelong's 72. A bit of an upset there. I don't think AFL Evo is going to get that one right, but we'll wait and see. Crazy things happen in round one, and this would be a pretty massive upset. Essendon take on Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium. A bit of a rivalry between these two sides. We've seen them come to blows over the years, that's for sure. Again, another one of those 50-50 contests. You don't know which way it's going to go. You don't know where either of these two teams are going to be over the course of this season. But in this prediction, it is a 32-point win to the Bombers. Essendon's 122 beating Hawthorn 90. I could see that happening, you know. Essendon, we don't know what to expect. We don't know what to expect of Hawthorn either. So this could go either way, and this wouldn't be too surprising a result. Brisbane take on Sydney up at the GABBA. Again, one where you think Brisbane would be pretty strong favourites here on their home deck, and, you know, they'd be favourites even if it was at the SCG. But AFL Evo calls for an upset yet again. Sydney winning 80 to 73. A 7-point win for the Swans there. Again, crazy things have happened in round one. We know those teams that have had later finishes to the season the year before sometimes get off to slower starts. I don't think this one's going to go this way. North Melbourne up against Port Adelaide. The Power were really one of the surprise packets of season 2020. I think they exceeded everyone's expectations. So can they do it again is the question in 2021 and go a couple steps better. According to AFL Evo, they'll get off to a rough start. North Melbourne winning a 5-point win for North there. A round one upset is always possible, especially when you've got a new coach. You know, they usually start well and then it gets a bit shaky after that. 5-point win for North Melbourne in round one, which would be quite the upset. GWS take on St Kilda, and this one would have to be the closest game of round one out of these predictions. The Giants winning it by 4 points over the Saints. Again, this is a 50-50 contest. I think St Kilda are favourites. The Giants, they're fighting to get back into the 8 after a disappointing season last year, so a win in round one against another top 8 side would really be off to a good start for them. And our last game of round one sees West Coast taking on Gold Coast. The Eagles hosting this game at OPTUS Stadium, despite it being Freo's turn to host a round one game at OPTUS, but you know, we're not holding any grudges there. West Coast in this prediction running out 40-point winners, doing it pretty easy against Gold Coast. You'd expect the Suns to do well this year, they'd be in the mix, but yeah, taking on West Coast over at OPTUS, always a tough ask. If the Suns could cause an upset here, what a start to the season that'd be for their young group. So that was AFL Evo's predictions for round one. Let me know in the comments what you think of these predictions, as well as what are some of your predictions for round one and the season ahead. But until next time, guys, we will see you later.